review for The Fugitive, directed by Andrew Davis, starring Harrison Ford. So obviously, this is a very famous movie. Um, probably one of Harrison Ford's most famous movies. I mean, outside of Star Wars and Indiana Jones, I'd say. Maybe his most, actually, outside of those. And it's a movie that, I saw as a kid. I've always really liked it. It's a very watchable movie, very entertaining movie. Andrew Davis does a great job directing. He's a director that, he did Under Siege, which I really like that movie. He did A Perfect Murder with Michael Douglas. I don't know. I haven't seen that in a long time. But he's a director that never really reached the heights, I'd say, of The Fugitive again. I mean, he did a lot of movies I like Above the Law. I like that movie. I mean, it's Steven Seagal, who nowadays, I mean, he's kind of a joke, and he's not a good guy. I don't know. There's all these rumors about him, and I don't know. I tend to believe him because I've heard other actors and directors just say he's just a mean guy. So, which I could believe. But I like Above the Law. I like Under Siege. I think Under Siege is Steven Seagal's best movie. Definitely. And it's the best directed, I'd say, too. And then he did The Package with Gene Hackman. I haven't watched that. Chain Reaction. I didn't know he did that. But yeah, after The Fugitive, he did Chain Reaction, Steel Big, Steel Little. I don't even know what that is. It's with Andy Garcia. Oh, A Perfect Murder. Okay, yeah, Viggo Mortensen's in this. That's actually a decent movie, actually. But still, he never reached, I'd say, the heights of The Fugitive again. And, it's probably because this is a very good script. It's based on an old TV show I've never seen. Harrison Ford plays Dr. Richard Kimble, unjustly accused of murdering his wife, must find the real killer while being the target of a nationwide manhunt led by a seasoned U.S. Marshal. The U.S. Marshal is obviously Tommy Lee Jones, which led him to get the Academy Award for this movie. Some people say he didn't really deserve it. I mean, I think he did. I mean, so what year that would have been 94. Let's see. I don't know. Was Harrison Ford nominated, though? Best Picture. So he was nominated for Best Picture. Yeah, Best Supporting Actor, Tommy Lee Jones. Best Actor, it was Harrison Ford. It was not nominated. I don't know. Lawrence Fishburne, What's Love Got to Do with It? I never even seen that, but okay. Liam Neeson, Schindler's List. Tom Hanks, Philadelphia. Best Supporting Actor, Tommy Lee Jones, The Fugitive. Leonardo DiCaprio was nominated, What's Eating Gilbert Grape. Ralph Fiennes, Schindler's List. John Malkovich, In the Line of Fire. Oh, wow, really? I actually really like that movie, In the Line of Fire, so he's very good in it. So is Eastwood. I really like that movie. And Pete Postwalt, In the Name of the Father. Oh, that guy's a good actor. Anna Paquin has an Oscar. I didn't know that. In the piano. Oh, wow. Wow, Anna Paquin has an Oscar? Really? I mean, I like Anna Paquin. She's really hot. I think. I've always thought she's really hot. Um, I mean, she's good. She's good in 25th Hour, too. I just watched that like a month ago. Did a review of that. Holly Hunter The Firm nominated. Rosie Perez, Fearless. Winona Ryder, Age of Innocence. Emma Thompson, In the Name of the Father. So, Fugitive, Best Original Score nomination. Best Sound Editing, The Fugitive. It does have good sound editing. Best Cinematography nomination, The Fugitive. Best Film Editing, The Fugitive nomination. Oh, Best Visual Effects, Cliffhanger was nominated. All right. Well, still, I mean, I think Harrison Ford probably deserved a nomination at least. I think he's very good in it. So yeah, so he goes on the run, obviously, a very famous scene of his escape. The bus that he's on, one of the convicts has a shiv and he acts like he's like having a seizure. The guy goes in the back, the cop shivs the guy, and then the bus flips over onto a like a train track. The train hits the bus. Harrison Ford jumps out. Very famous scene. Great visual effects. Great model work. And then he goes on the run, and there's a number of famous scenes like Tommy Lee Jones saying like, "I want you to search every like hen house, dog house, outhouse," you know, and then the very famous scene of Harrison Ford saying, "I didn't kill my wife," and then Tommy Lee Jones saying, "I don't care," because he doesn't care until the end of the movie. So it's nice. He has an arc, even as a U.S. Marshal. He's just doing his job. Doesn't really, But at the end of the movie, he figures out, okay, he's innocent. Spoilers. The real killer is his Harrison Ford's friend, Doctor Nichols, who hired a one-armed man who does security for him, or for like his company, and to kill his wife, frame him, because Harrison Ford was figuring out that a new drug that he was making tons of money on was actually killing people. And he was slowly figuring it out. I don't think he knew that Nichols was connected to the drug, but pretty good plot that slowly unfolds throughout the movie. It's a little maybe technical and dry at the end, but it's probably more believable that way. Julianne Moore's in it for a little bit. He goes into he's going into hospitals when he's on the run trying to gain evidence on this. He ends up saving a kid's life. Really cool scene when he's playing like a janitor, because he's going to the wards that deal with like one-armed men. One-armed man played by Andreas Katsoulis. Joe Pantoliano or Leone is in this. Been in tons of stuff. Obviously, he's in The Matrix. Ron Dean's in this. He plays a cop in so many movies. I mean, was he a cop? He seems like one of those actors that actually was a cop. Like, he's in Above the Law as a cop. He's in The Dark Knight. That's right, as a cop. That's right. He's just did tons of stuff as a police officer, mostly. Um, yeah, I was watching something where I think it was a commentary, and someone was saying that there was a subplot with Julianne Moore, and she was in the movie way more. They cut almost all of it, and when Harrison Ford was in the hospital, because it's kind of interesting because he saves this kid, and then she even like says, well, to the cops, well, he probably saved his life. But she actually turns him in because she's like you changed these orders, sent this kid up to surgery when he was just gonna go to like observation or something, and then he would have died. And he changed the orders, so then she's like, she grabs his badge and then calls the cop because he's just supposed to be a janitor. But yeah, and then apparently I think like they would meet up later, and then she would kind of help get him some stuff to unfold the conspiracy that occurred with Dr. Nichols, and they had like a romantic relationship, and she helped him when he's on the run. I don't know much of that's true, but I don't know. That's interesting. I think I was watching a Rambo Ralph for Life commentary on the Fugitive, and he was saying that, and I was like, "Whoa, really?" Because it is kind of like, but she wasn't that big that back then, so she kind of just was playing probably any, She's like, "Okay, I'll do a movie with Harrison Ford and Tommy Lee Jones." All right, um, but they cut that, and I think it's good they cut it because I think it just muddies the water because Harrison Ford is trying to get justice for his dead wife, and then he's out there, she's dead, but he's out there, having a relationship with Julianne Moore, and I don't know. I think it kind of messes up the whole point of the movie. Kind of muddies the waters, I'd say. So I can see why they cut that. It's just not needed. The movie, is very well edited, very lean. There's not much that I think should be cut. I mean, it's not even that long, so it's like what, an hour 50 or something, 2 hours. It's really, so I understand why they did that. Harrison Ford damaged some ligaments in his leg during the filming of the scene in the woods. He refused to take surgery until the end of filming so that his character would keep the limp. The limp can be seen in any subsequent scene where Richard Kimble is running. That's true. Oh, wow. That's actually a real limp. The wrecked train and bus remain a tourist attraction in North Carolina. Really? Andrew Davis only had one chance to crash the train. In the train scene, had to get it right. Oh, I thought it was a model. I think some of it's a model. So he consulted an array of engineers, stunt doubles, and the insurance company to predict what would happen. The train was expected to crash into the bus at 35 miles per hour. The director was in error. The train came at 42 miles per hour. Nevertheless, the scene went exactly as planned. Yeah, it looks amazing. Oh, wax bullets were fired at the glass door at the same time Tommy Lee Jones was firing his blanks. Very cool. Yeah, that scene's really good when he's chasing them. Um, I really like how the plot unfolds with that too because it kind of starts setting off in Tommy Lee Jones's mind. Wait a minute, this guy who's on the run, he goes to major cities and goes into hospitals searching for the one-armed man who supposedly doesn't exist, right? So that he doesn't exist, but then why does he keep putting searching for him? He's putting himself on the line. It's dangerous. I mean, you're gonna get caught. There's cops everywhere in hospitals. There's always cops. They know he's a doctor, so they know he may go there. So it's very dangerous. And then in that scene, he's visiting a one-armed man who is in jail, and he's going to talk to him, through the glass. And then he sees the guy, sees it's not him, so then he leaves. Then they see him in there, it goes on a chase, he gets away. But it's just even more like Tommy Lee Jones thinking, like, why would he do this? If this guy doesn't exist, if he's actually guilty, wouldn't he just be trying to get out of the country, or whatever? Lay low, disappear. He's not going to be doing these things. So it's a really, really good script. Um, Nothing cheesy about it, about kind of Tommy Lee Jones realizing he's innocent. It just kind of slowly, logically unfolds. And I think that is a real testament to the screenwriting and the direction too. It's just very, very well done. I mean, was this nominated for direction? I don't think so. No. I think it maybe should have. I mean, The Remains of the Day, I don't even know what that is. Robert Altman, Shortcuts. James Ivory, The Remains of the Day. The Piano. Oh, I thought it was the other movie, The Piano. It's a different movie called The Piano. In the Name of the Father. Okay. But Steven Spielberg won, fair enough, but still at least a nomination for the direction. And what about the script? No. I'm not seeing it. Dave got a nomination for screenwriting. Okay. I mean, it's like, I don't know. Some of these nominations, Shadowlands, best screenplay based on previously published or produced. I don't know. This may be in that because it's based on a TV series, but no nomination for writing. I think it deserved it. It's a really good script. I mean, Roger Ebert gives it 4 out of 4 stars. I'd probably agree with that. Maybe 3.5, but it's almost a 4, maybe. The Fugitive is one of the best entertainments of the year, a tense, taunt, and expert thriller that becomes something more than that, an allegory about an innocent man in a world prepared to crush him. Like the cult television spirit series that inspired it, the film has a Kafka-esque view of the world, but it is larger and more encompassing than the series. Davis paints with bold visual strokes so that the movie rises above its action film origins and becomes operatic. Definitely. Strangely, although the film is relentlessly manipulative, it plays like real events. Nothing can really be believed in retrospect, but Davis and his actors ground all the action in dialogue and reality, so we don't consider the artifice while it's happening. Thrillers are a much debased genre these days, depending on special effects and formula for much of their content. Fugitive has the standards of an earlier, more classic time when acting, character, and dialogue were meant to stand on their own, and where characters continued to change and develop right until the last frame. Here is one of the year's best films. I agree. I think he's kind of talking about the script. Yeah, it's a little manipulative, but it plays like real events. Like it feels very grounded, and it's hard to do. But um, but yeah, that's about it. Fugitive. Check it out. Um, I don't think there's many spoilers for it because, I mean, he's innocent. It's just kind of playing out though. Just watching it occur is very entertaining. So, but yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and see you next time.